everyone. Well, it's a bittersweet time because you join us on the last day of the Sydney 2019 World Shooting Parasport Championships. But we've got 3 finals today, so it's a nicely busy day. And we start with a final that we've actually never ever done before, and nor have the shooters as well. It's the mixed team air rifle standing in the SH2 category. Well, it follows the format of the mixed team events that you've seen already this week, but the only difference is that it's brand new for the shooters. Never done it before. I think there were around about 8 or 9 teams that took part in the qualification, and 5 of them made it. They're China, Sweden, Italy, New Zealand, and China again. So there's 2 Chinese teams. See how we get on with that in commentary. But in just a couple of minutes' time, Jamie Stangroom, our announcer on the field of play, will introduce us to the 5 teams and the 10 athletes. So how it works is there's going to be 3 series of 5 shots, followed by sets of 2 shots. After the first set of 2 shots, there will be the 5th place team will be eliminated. Then another 2 shots, 4th place, another 2 shots, the bronze medal. And then to end the competition, there'll be 3 shots. And then the gold and silver medalists will be confirmed after those last 3 shots. So it's 24 in total. Now, when I say 3 series of 5 shots and single shots, what I mean is shots for each athlete. So you can basically double that because the total score of the teams is totaled up at the end of each series to essentially make 10 shots at the end of the first series when you combine both team members. Hope that's not too confusing. Couple of Chinese teams in the final, and some of the communication lines are a little bit tricky with them. So I hope that they have got a grasp of the rules, or at least seen some of the earlier mixed team finals to get hold of them. But we'll soon see. It's a kind of a little bit of an informal, a little bit of a fun event, let's say, because of course it's not going to be part of the Paralympic Games. But it's just an opportunity more than anything for the shooters to take part in a competition which is in front of a crowd. So, Jamie Stangroom introducing the teams to the crowd. The first team is China number 1. And that features Yuan Hongxiang and Duan Yulan.
Sweden, Philip Johnson and Eleanor Alexson Vaughan. On firing point C, representing Italy, Andrea Liverani and Pamela Navallo.
On firing point B, Jamie introduced us to the team of Sweden. It was Philip Jonsson and Eleanor Axelsson Vaughan. C, firing points C were Italy, Andrea Liverani and Pamela Navallo. New Zealand on firing point D, they've got a big support, as you can imagine, Michael Johnson and Natalie Brunzel. And then there's the second China team, and they are Mi Xiaobo and Zhang Yu.
In your own time, it's fine. So there are 5 teams, we've met them all, and now let's meet the jury member in charge of this final. It's Alex Merenick of Australia.
So, those are the 5 teams taking part in this mixed team final. It's the R11 competition in the SH2 category. And Alex Merenick is the jury member. Rod Sampson, father of air rifle shooter and 3 positions Olympic shooter Dane Sampson. He's the chief range officer, and you can see him on screen at the moment. Well, my name is Shaq, and I'm very pleased to be joined for the first time on commentary, but from someone who I've known for a couple of years now, three and a half years about. It's Tracy Jackson. You're a rifle shooter from Queensland, to be specific.
That is correct, yes. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us, Tracy. How's your World Championship been this week?
I have had the most amazing time. I know it's sitting on the opposite side of where I should be or could be, but it's been great. Super great shooting.
You've been around the circuit for a while, and you know a lot of the shooters. You're often seen hanging out with Mrs. Kosmola.
Yes, Livy. Yes, we call her the queen of the Australian team.
watch this final.
Absolutely. And I first met you in the United Arab Emirates about 3.5 years ago. So, and I've seen you at the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games last year.
Yes.
And how have your last 3.5 years been? What do you? How's your time occupied these days?
A little bit of fundraising. I tend to just do a little bit of advocating for my disability. Take in a little bit of shooting, but not competition shooting.
Yeah. So a little bit for fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
And after those 3 series, we'll move into
Well, this is the SH2 category, which you shoot in as well, Tracy.
Yes, it is.
And we can see that the shooters are, they have some physical support in terms of tables, but they also have a spring on the table which can hold the rifle. Why don't you explain to us a little bit more detail about how these help the shooters in this category?
Okay, well, most of us have some kind of impairment with our arms, and so the spring is there for us to actually lean the rifle on, but we still have to control the rifle. And there are two different types of strengths with the springs. The more disabled you are, the tighter the spring. So the less disabled, the more movement that you have, so the spring will be a lighter spring. And that is all in your classification. But it's not easy to hold,
No.
believe it or not. It's not easy to hold.
I mean, these are heavy things as well.
They are.
They're about 5.5 kilograms, maybe on
Correct.
average. Some are even more than that.
They are, yes.
So there's a lot of strength that is needed
Yes.
to lift these rifles. We can see on screen at the moment we also have the addition of human support. We call them loaders.
Loaders, yes.
And what's their role in the competition?
Okay, well, for me, my loader used to actually handle the rifle completely. She'd put it all together, put it up on the spring for me, and then she would load for me as well, because I couldn't reach where the pellet goes.
Yeah.
They play a very important role. Couldn't do it without them.
Yeah, they're absolutely essential in this category. Well, the competition has started. And I'm just trying to get the results on our screens, and they haven't quite appeared yet. I hope that they will.
Oh, Sweden, a 10.9. Nice shooting.
Yes. Well, now let's try and work out who that was, because the athlete on the left has to shoot first. That means that Philip Jonsson, the male team member, he shot first, and the 10.9 came from Eleanor on the left-hand side of our screen.
Nice.
Well, Philip has just shot a 10.6 as well, so they're going good. As it stands, they're in first position.
New Zealand, 10.8.
Yes, and that would have been... I don't know who that is, actually. This is a little bit tricky to work out. 10.8 was followed by a 9.4 in New Zealand.
This is exciting. I wish I could have shot something like this.
Yeah, and this is the first time they're doing it as well.
Yeah.
A 10.7 from
nice.
Sweden. And that was Philip Jonsson, who you can see on screen at the moment. So, 10.8 from China, number 1. Now that is between Yuan and Duan. These are the Italian team on screen at the moment. Yes, so the athlete on the left has to shoot first. Now, when I say the left, we're looking at them from the front, but in this case, it's the female member of the Italian team who would have to shoot first. And only after she has shot can Andrea Liverani, the male member, then he can shoot. Here is New Zealand. So you've got Michael Johnson on the right of our screen, and then Natalie Brunzel on the left of our screen.
She's doing very well, Natalie.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen her in a final this week.
Yes.
I believe.
Her first international shoot.
Right. Yeah. I thought she didn't seem immediately familiar to me. But this is going to be a good experience for her, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Shooting in a final
It's
in front of
scary.
the crowd.
It's
yeah.
scary.
The added pressure.
You just got to try and keep that heart rate down.
Well, she just shot a 10.6, Natalie Brunzell.
Beautiful.
That's their 8th shot, the New Zealand team. Sweden are going really well still. They've also taken 8 shots. And a lot of them have been 10s, if not all of them. 9 shots for Sweden now.
You don't need a 9 in a final.
No.
Stop.
Just as you said that, Sweden shot a 9.9. But they will end the first series of 5 shots on top, Sweden.
With a total of 104.1. There was a 10.9.
I was speaking to, I had Pernilla, as a guest commentator the other day, the national coach for Sweden. And we see Eleanor, the female shooter, in the final at the moment, but the other day she said that it was a good idea for Eleanor to be in the coach's seat, experience a little bit of the final on the field of play as well.
Yes.
And
because we don't see it from that direction.
No.
Ever.
And it looks like that may have helped her a little bit, because her team are currently 1.9 ahead of Italy in second. You must be familiar with this range, which is in beautiful shape, and it's been a real joy to be around here in the last week.
It's great, isn't it? It is a really nice range.
The New Zealand team are currently in third. Michael Johnson shot or has he shot? No, he just shot a 10.4. And Natalie Brunzell will now take the second shot for their team. She shoots a 9.7.
It's just nerves, Natalie. It's fine.
Eleanor for Sweden is taking the shot. Philip Jonsson shot a 10.6 and Eleanor follows that with a 10.4. 2 good shots to start their second series. Do you know the Swedish team, Tracy?
I do, yes. Yes, I do. I met Eleanor. Actually, Eleanor pipped me for Rio.
Oh.
Yeah.
You mean in terms of quota places? Right.
Yeah. She got the last quota.
I see.
Yeah.
10.6 from the Chinese team. They're quick to shoot. They've already taken 4 shots. The ones on firing point A. Here's the other Chinese team on firing points E. They've also taken 4 shots. And the female member just shot a 10.6 and then followed it with a 10.3.
I'm not sure which position that I would like to sit in if I was doing this. First shooter gets more time, I think.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm just reading it off camera. I haven't got that blue screen. Andrea Liverani on the left-hand side of our screen for the Italian team. He's had some good success this week. He's already won 2 medals in the SH2 categories.
yeah, very good shooter.
And he just shot a 10.6 as well. His team are currently in second place. Well, the 2 Chinese teams have shot really fast, haven't they?
Haven't they?
Because they've already finished their 5 shots from all the shooters, about 4 shots ahead of the other teams. Maybe it helps them to get their breathing under control when they've shot so fast and they're just waiting for the series to finish. Maybe it helps them a little bit to calm down.
Calm down, yes. Yes.
Pamela Novaio on the right-hand side for Italy. Liverani is the one lining up to take his shot.
Oh,
And it's
nice.
a 10.8, a brilliant shot.
Series 2 over and out, and still
Well, that was a
leading
really
the
good
way is
second series for
Sweden
Italy.
and
Sweden are still in first
Couple of
place, but
10.8
the
in there
difference
for
between them
Johnson.
has gone from
But the highest
1.9
total in
to
that series
0.7.
was
So Italy have come back very
105.6
well.
going to Italy.
Now these are some of the visually impaired shooters from Poland who had 4 shooters in the visually impaired final yesterday, and I have to say that might have been one of my highlights of this World Championships, because it was the first time that I saw the event, and it was amazing to watch.
It was, wasn't it? It is. They are amazing. I've actually tried to shoot with their equipment.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it. It's. I think when you have a vision impaired, I think your other senses sort of tweak a little bit more.
Yeah.
And yeah, I couldn't do it.
It was it was really amazing to watch, and we actually saw the world champion on screen there as well, Barbara Moscow. Yeah, and a good learning experience. I mean, I've been in Olympic and Paralympic shooting for the last 5.5 years, and obviously that was a new learning experience for me to watch that, but it was brilliant. And I hoped I get to see more of it as well.
Yeah, me too. And they shoot so well.
Yeah, especially in the prone category, it was amazing how good the shots were as well.
Oh, 10.9 from China? Was that right there?
Well, not only that, but that China team on firing points A, they shot 2 10.9s to begin the third series, and so they had a maximum score after 2 shots of 21.8.
Wow. They look very calm.
Yeah. Their fourth shot was a 10.6. Eleanor on the left of our screen just shot a 10.1. Before her, Philip Jonsson shot a 10.7. A 10.7 came in from the Chinese team on firing points E.
Another nice shot.
Italy shot a 10.5. Another 10.7 from the Chinese team on firing points E. On our screens, Tracy, we can see how close the shots are together. There's some real good accuracy coming in from
Good, isn't it?
the
Yes.
teams.
Yeah.
That's 2 10.7s in a row for the Chinese team on firing points E, and that's 3 10.7s in the last 4 shots.
Wow. That's really good shooting. Especially under pressure.
Yeah. Sweden just shot a 9.8, and temporarily at least, Italy have moved into first place.
Wow.
A 10.9 came in from New Zealand, Michael Johnson, and we heard a little whooping in the crowd.
My New Zealand friends.
It was Michael Johnson's birthday the other day,
It was, yes,
and he was in the final on his birthday.
yes. And Neelam, that SH2 shooter.
Yes.
It was hers 2 days before his.
And it was mine yesterday.
Wow.
Everybody's got birthdays in
I
October.
know.
We've got a jury member who's got a birthday today as well.
Wow. Well, happy birthday to all of you.
Yes. Thank you. Looking at the scores between the first and second series, there was a dramatic improvement between the first and second for Italy, who improved their score by 3.6.
10.9, look at that.
A 10.9 from Italy. Yes. And they finished their series on 103.4, a little bit lower than their second series.
Well, it has to be
Another
another one.
10.9 for New Zealand. So that's two 10.9s for New Zealand in the last 3 shots. And look at them; they look delighted, don't they?
Look, I think Natalie just shot that. Look at her face.
She's beaming.
Yes.
She's absolutely beaming. On screen, just by the New Zealand flag,
There you
the
go,
thumbs
there's
up.
Neelam.
That's Neelam. That's Neelam, the New Zealand shooter. Behind her is the jury member Julie Wills, whose birthday is today.
Oh, right, okay.
So we get them both on screen.
That's great.
You know, just while I think about it, we were talking about the visually impaired shooters a little bit before, and there's some really nice atmosphere in this finals hall today, and they're making a lot of noise, as we just heard. But we realise that when the visually impaired competitions are going on, actually we want the people to support, but they shouldn't make noise during the shots because, as you said, their sense of hearing is a little bit more acute, and it's essential to their shooting.
Absolutely, yes. And I actually made that mistake yesterday. I was clapping.
Well, we didn't really think about it until it happened, and we thought, well, actually, this is something that we probably need to improve on ourselves. We want a good atmosphere, but we also have to do it at the right times. And
Correct.
I think the visually impaired competitions, we definitely want to curb the crowd.
Yes, indeed.
For those. It's so close at the top of the table. Sweden are just 0.1 ahead of Italy, and New Zealand have moved back into 3rd position. So the 3 series of 5 shots are now over, and we're into sets of 2s. Sweden just shot a 10.8 with Philip Jonsson. Michael Johnson of New Zealand shot a 10.5. Natalie Brunzell followed that with a 10.7.
She's got a mojo happening now.
Yeah, she's carrying some real momentum for the team.
A 10.8 and a 10.3.
She told me yesterday, that she was nervous shooting with Michael because he's a world champion and everything. And
yes,
that's what she said.
10.8 and 10.7 there.
Is it the case where, I mean, you can see just from her shooting that maybe as the final's going on, she's feeling a bit more comfortable now. She's settling in, and that's calming her down.
I think so. Yeah.
0.3 between Sweden and Italy at the top of the table, and then a 1.7 down to New Zealand in 3rd. Now the next set of shots are going to decide the 5th place team. That's currently China on the right of our screens on firing points E. Sweden just shot a 9.5. That might be costly. Well, Italy just shot a 9.7. So the top 2 both hit the 9 ring. An even 10 from Sweden and a 10.6 from Italy, and it's Italy who now take the lead by 0.5. But
there's not much between the top 3.
It's not. There's only a 1.2 between the top 3 teams, Italy, Sweden and New Zealand in that order. But the China team on firing points E, Mi Xiaobo and Zhang Yu, they finish in 5th place.
Very good.
Well done to them.
Yes.
We have a new leader. It's Italy. They have a total of 352 points.
So we're going to have another 2 shots by each athlete for the next elimination.
This is the intense time. I know when I was out there doing finals, it's listening to, and you shouldn't be listening to anybody, but it's listening to the scores and listening to where the positioning is, and you've got to try and block that out.
Yeah.
You really do.
Yeah, I apologise for our presence in the finals. Yes. Yeah, it took a little bit of getting used to at the beginning for the shooters for sure, but fortunately enough we've developed a nice relationship with the shooters, and we try and do our best to, of course, respect the competition.
I used to hum.
Hum?
Yes, I would hum so I couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay. Interesting. 10.4 from Italy, 10.3 from Sweden. A couple of 10s from New Zealand. And a 10-4 from Sweden. Steady shots
Yes.
across the board. It's still Italy who lead
Italy's still the
by
team to catch in this final,
0.4.
but it's close at the top still. It's gone down, in fact, ever so slightly.
New Zealand are 1 point behind Sweden in third place, and they, New Zealand, are 1 point ahead of fourth place, China.
Team 1, they're in fourth place.
Down to this last shot.
1 point away from the safety of third. Reminder, if we have a tie,
New Zealand definitely want to
will be a shoot-off. The next shot.
keep their calmness for the next shot,
Absolutely.
next couple of shots, to hold on to a guaranteed medal. Andrea Leverani, who we can see on screen at the moment with the blue visor, he shot really well this week.
Oh, he's a great shooter.
Had some great competitions. He's won a silver and a bronze medal at the World Championships this week, and it looks like he's guaranteed a team one here as well.
Oh, yep.
Well, his teammate Pamela shot a 10.6. Philip Jonsson of Sweden shot a 10.4. China's second shot a 10.7. A 10.7 from Italy as well. So they now lead by 0.9 over Sweden.
Ladies and gentlemen, fourth place has been decided, and
Yes, well, fourth place will go to the other Chinese team, who we can see on screen on firing points A, Yuan Hongxiang and Duan Yulan. They finish in fourth.
Finishing on a total of 398.
Well, for all four members of the Chinese teams, this was the first time this week that they've shot in front of a crowd in a final style, so I'm sure they'll gain a lot from that.
I think so, yes.
9 more than Sweden, still in second place. Meanwhile, 1.5
Anytime you can get
behind
onto a
is
final
New Zealand
range,
in the third spot
It's
with
good.
another 2
It's
shots.
definitely good for you. Good for your shooting. Good for concentration.
Next competition shot. Load.
And to get used to a bit of noise behind you as well.
Yes, and calm those nerves. You need to learn how to calm those nerves. Because right now, those three teams out there, it's happening.
Yeah. Italy have got the advantage by 0.9, and then between Sweden and New Zealand there's a 1.5. 10.6
Yeah,
from
that's a good
Philip
one.
Jonsson, Sweden. He's the first to shoot out of 6. 10.8
Oh,
from Michael Johnson.
Gosh, yeah.
10.6 from Italy. These are excellent shots. Natalie Brunzel is going to try and follow a 10.8 with a... Oh. Well, it's a
okay.
9.5 for Natalie.
It's okay, Natalie.
Still Italy, the leaders.
Well, New Zealand are 2.3 away from Sweden in second, so it's going to be hard to overturn that now.
It is.
But it is a guaranteed medal for them at least. We'll see if there could be
Well, it is 2 shots in fact. But anyway,
one more
the next
change.
shot, 2 shots per team, is to decide the bronze medal.
Italy are 1 point ahead of Sweden in first position.
Start.
So Michael Johnson and Natalie Brunzel 2.3 away from a silver position. Philip Jonsson takes the first shot again out of the 6 athletes on the field of play, and it's a 10.5. It's a really good shot. A 10.2 from Michael Johnson. It's steady. 10.3 from Italy. .3 from Natalie Brunzel. So steady 10s for the New Zealand team, and they will take the bronze medals in this match.
Well done.
The bronze medal goes to New Zealand.
Look at her smile.
Yes, she's been smiling all throughout the final.
She has. Look at her.
She's absolutely beaming. I'm sure she, well, it looks like she's loved this experience
She
of
has, yes.
shooting next to an esteemed Paralympian as well.
Absolutely.
World Championship bronze, finishing on
Well
a
done
total
to
of
Michael Johnson and
432
Natalie Brunzel on their bronze
Look at her.
medals.
That makes me happy to see them happy. Come off the line happy. You
Yeah.
know?
It's lovely.
So now to cover my confusion involving numbers, there are
It's a 1.5 advantage for Italy now going into the... Well, there's actually 3 shots left now. The format changes slightly for the end of the competition. So 2 teams remaining, 3 shots. That's 3 shots for each athlete. And it's a 1.5 advantage for Italy.
Start.
Well, once Italy got into first position, they've really found their footing and have been shooting very, very well.
Very well.
Jonson with a steady 10.4. Pamela Novayo just shot a 10.2. 10.5 from Eleanor on screen. Liverani with a 10.8. He's not willing to give up first position. His team are now 1.6 ahead with 2 shots remaining.
For the next competition shot. Load.
Well, if Andrea Liverani's team do win the gold here, then he'll have the full collection this week. He'll have a silver, a bronze, and then a gold.
Nice way to finish.
Yeah. Filip Jonsson on the right of Sweden and Pamela Novayo on the right of Italy are the first to shoot. He shoots a 10.1, but Italy, Pamela shot a 9.3. This is an opportunity for Sweden now.
It is.
10.6 from Liverani. Oh, a 9.5 from Sweden. So they had the opportunity to capitalise on the 9 from Italy, but Eleanor shot a 9.5 herself. And so it is, what's the difference here? My maths is really bad, but that's a 1.9 difference between Italy and Sweden. And that might just be a little bit too far to overturn with the last couple of shots.
Anything can happen, but yes.
Filip Jonsson with a 10.2. Oh, it's the second 9.3 in a row for Pamela. Could it just turn with the last shot?
There's a steal here. 10.5.
A 10.5 from Liverani seals it.
And a world record.
Yes. Well, it was always going to be a world record because it's the first ever time that we've done this, but it's good shooting from Italy, especially Andrea Liverani, who does now have the full collection of medals this week at the World Championships. Well, very well done to both of these teams. Andrea Liverani and Pamela Novayo of Italy win gold in this first ever competition for the R11.
And we're going to gather our...
Well done. Well done. Very nice shooting.
And the silver medals are going to go with Sweden, who also put up a really good fight and shot very well. Filip Jonsson and Elinor Axelsson Vaughan win the silver medals.
Don't go anywhere, people.
We'll just wait until they're lined up for the crowd.
We'll also have the victory ceremony coming up in just a few moments for this event. But
He's a sweet boy, Philip.
He is
A shy boy.
very shy, yes. Doesn't say much at
the
all.
medalists of the R11 10-meter air rifle standing.
Yep, shot against him and Eleanor before, and Michael, and I don't think I've shot against Andrea from Italy. I might have come in right at the end with that, but
yes, so the medalists are being presented to the crowd. Bronze medalists are New Zealand. Natalie Brunzel on the left, beaming still, and Michael Johnson on the right-hand side.
well done.
The silver medals Representing Sweden, go to Philip Johnson and Eleanor Axelsson Born.
Sweden, silver medals. Big support for them as well. Philip Jonsson on the left-hand side, Eleanor Axelsson Born on the right. Well done to them.
Well done.
And the gold medals with a world record.
Their finishing score was 495.5.
Andrea Liverani and Pamela Navoio.
And the gold medals in this event are for Italy. Pamela Novaio on the left and Andrea Liverani on the right, who will go back to Italy with 3 medals from the 2019 World Championships. The full set, all in different colours.
Yeah, congratulations to all of them. And all the shooters this week. They've been amazing.
Absolutely.
So stick around and make some more noise for our medalists. We'll be over on your left-hand side at the podium.
Well, very well done to them.
Very soon.
And Tracy, thank you so much. It's been it's taken us quite a long time to get to this position, doing the commentary together, but I'm really glad to have had you here, and it's always nice to see you.
Thank you.
Best of luck with your fundraising.
Yes.
Is there anything we can mention, maybe a website that people can go to help you with your fundraising?
You could go to SH2 Global, and you can directly donate online, and that will help with research into my condition.
And can you tell us your condition, what it is exactly?
Yes, it's a muscle wasting disease. The actual name of my condition is facioscapulohumeral muscular dystrophy, but we like to shorten it to FSH muscular dystrophy. So yeah, there's no cure at the moment, so we're hoping that we can raise enough funds and get a cure or at least a treatment happening for us, just to stop the progress. And you never know, I may come back to shooting if anything happens in the near future.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with everything, and of course the best of health as well.
Thank
and I hope
you.
to see you again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tracy. Well, thank you to you at home, whether you've joined us on the live stream or you're watching it back. We're on the Facebook page for World Shooting Parasport, also the YouTube channel for the Paralympic Games. And there's 2 more finals to end the Sydney 2019 World Championships, so we hope you'll join us a little bit later on and come back then. Thank you very much.
Exactly, yeah. Everything's fine. Situation normal. I can tell him that.
That would be lovely. Just got to get Bianca to get the tray. Now, you're right to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the World Shooting Parasport Championships, Sydney 2019, is about to begin.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sydney International Shooting Centre. We've now got the victory ceremony for the final that we just saw, the first ever final of its type, the R11 Air Rifle Standing Mixed Team event in the SH2 category. And the medalists are just coming on screen now. And getting in position. Sweden taking up the last spot on the left-hand side in second position.
This is the victory ceremony for the R11 10-meter air rifle standing mixed.
So the medals are going to be presented by Luke Van Kempen. He's the CEO of Shooting Australia, and next to him, a familiar face this week, Kath Patel, the president of Shooting Australia. They've done a fantastic job organising and hosting the World Championships this week.
New Zealand go to Michael Johnson and Natalie Brunzel.
New Zealand, bronze medals. She is still absolutely loving it. Michael Johnson and Natalie Brunzel. Well done to them. Congratulations. Kath Patel will give them the koala mascots.
The silver medals. Representing Sweden go to Philip Johnson and Eleanor Axelsson Thorn.
Congratulations to these guys. Silver medals for Sweden on the left-hand side, Eleanor Axelsson Vaughan, and on the right-hand side, Philip Jonsson. Well done to them. Gold medalists.
And the gold medals. Representing Italy go to Andrea Liverani and Pamela Navajo.
Andrea Liverani on the left-hand side now has a silver, a bronze, and now a gold from these World Championships. His suitcase has got a little bit heavier. And his partner, Pamela Novayo, on the right-hand side. Very well done to them. Congratulations on their gold medals in the first ever R11 competition, the air rifle standing mixed team for the SH2. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Italy.
Congratulations to Italy, Sweden and New Zealand on the medals.
Standing mixed team SH2 event.
Well, we got 2 more competitions to end the 2019 World Championships, and we'll hope you join us again. The next final, the second final, is going to be the 50-meter mixed rifle prone event, and that's going to happen a little bit later in the afternoon.